We are continuing our series of financial literacy panels with Synergy Credit Union. Once again, I have Amberly and Brianna here with me today. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us, Stacey.
Okay, now today we're going to talk about credit scores. This is a big deal for a lot of people. So we'll start by asking, what is a credit score?
Credit scores are used by financial institutions to weigh the level of risk. Credit card companies also use them, again, to weigh the level of risk. Everyone starts out with a score of 0, and then they build up their score from there based on their spending and saving behavior.
Okay, so what does the score mean? Can you explain to me what a credit score means?
Yeah, so a credit score ranges from anywhere between 350 all the way up to 800. What this means is a low score could be anything 550 below. The middle range would be about 550 to 720. And a prime score is anywhere between 720 and above. So really what that means is, like, if you're in the prime area, 720 above, that's where you're most likely to be approved for new loans or mortgages and get the best interest rates. Kind of that middle range, you still may be approved, but you might have a higher interest rate, just as it means that the bank or credit union is taking on a higher risk. And a low score means that you may not end up being approved. Really anything below 600 may make it harder to borrow things for a purchase, such as a house or a car.
Okay. And how are credit scores calculated?
Credit scores are calculated based on a variety of different components. So starting with your payment history, making those payments on time boosts your credit score. Your capacity, so how much of your available credit that you're using. If you're always maxing out that credit card, that's going to hurt your credit score. It's best to just pay it all off and keep it under that maxed out rate. The less credit you use, the better. Also, your length of credit. So a long history of good credit raises your score. So time is a factor here. New credit. Opening several new accounts or having several new credit purchases can actually harm your score. Try to be serious about your purchase before you have your credit score pulled. And then also another thing that people don't think about is having a good mix of credit. So there are different types of credit that we use. There's revolving credit, so that's your credit card that you don't have to apply for every time. You can reuse it, pay it off, reuse it. And then there is your fixed credit or your installment loans that you can just pay off at with a payment monthly or biweekly, however works for you. But having a mix of those types of credit shows and builds your credit.
Okay, and how do you keep track of the score? What's the best way to do that? I see all kinds of ads saying, check your credit score here, but what's the best way to do that?
So it's definitely really important to make sure that you're always on top of your score and checking it. But really the best way to do it is you are able to request a free report from both Equifax and TransUnion once a year. This will give you more than just your score. It'll tell you everything that's reporting to your credit, so you can take a look through it to check for any discrepancies, or if anything doesn't look like something that you've done, you'll want to check that out. And because you can get a free report from both of the companies, we recommend spacing it out so you can get one about every 6 months.
Okay, and what influences your credit score? I know people think that they can just go and spend all these different things and hey, it's almost like free money, but there has to be obviously some things that will influence that score. So can you tell me about those?
It's exactly what you said. It's behavior influenced. So your spending behavior creates your credit. So any late payments, that reflects poorly, brings down that score. Closed accounts due to repayment issues, it plummets your score, and they don't go away. You have to get those things paid off. Account openings, so lots of account openings at several furniture stores. Maybe be very serious about purchasing the furniture you need versus having accounts open at every furniture store or credit card in town. Account closings due to delinquencies. So like I said before, if you have a balance that you are just ignoring and you're not going to pay and they've closed your account, that's going to bring your score down. Again, a mix of credit. So if you only have credit cards, we can't see how you use other types of credit. So that doesn't help build your score there. And then again, stressing the number of inquiries. Be serious about your purchases. When you go car shopping, shop for the car, but also be mindful of the credit inquiries.
Okay, and what are the best practices when dealing with credit scores?
So a few here. Just when you're wanting to keep your score high and in that prime range, make sure that you make your payments on or before the due dates. Those are probably one of the biggest influences in your credit score, so just making sure that they're always on time. Space out your credit inquiries. So again, as we mentioned earlier, getting those for your reports and just making sure that you space them out. And also, if you notice something on your report is incorrect, it's important to notify the reporting company as soon as possible to get it corrected. And again, if you have something negative on your credit history, ignoring it won't make it go away. So it's important to get in contact with the provider as soon as possible and make arrangements to pay it.
Okay, well, this is all very good information, and I know credit is something that confuses a lot of people. If anybody's looking for more information, what's the best way to get in touch with the branch?
Best way would be to either come into any one of our branches or give us a call or go to our website. It's synergycu.ca.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, ladies, for joining me today.
Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you.